Talking with Words.
Welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob.
Taylor.
James.
Cameron. And Ryan.
It's already going to be fun. And tonight we're going to watch Extraction from 2020, starring Chris Hemsworth and one other person you might have seen.
Wait, we are?
Are we going to extract it?
Taylor sold that?
You
It's
sold
not
it.
bad.
I thought you were the one that wanted to watch this movie.
Okay.
All right, we're going to watch Blood Feud.
Good job, Taylor.
And this is described as Tyler Rake, a fearless black market mercenary, embarks on the most deadly extraction, they use extraction in it, of his career when he's enlisted to rescue the kidnapped son of imprisoned international crime lord. Yeah.
What are we, some kind of extraction squad?
Is it? Is this the? It is the Russo brothers, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Lord E. Doherty. All right, we have a special guest. Try and not fuck this up too bad. Sean Connery's here to do the Parents Guide. Sean? Sex and nudity is none. Violence and gore is severe. Profanity is moderate. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, my personal favorite, is mild. And frightening and intense scenes is moderate. Thanks, Sean. All right. Now, Sally will probably show up drunk in about an hour. So let's watch this movie. Anybody else?
Good.
All right. Good input. All right. We'll be back. Sure.
Doesn't sound like it's fine. It's fine. God damn it.
See, now Alan would be like, oh, you're going to share? Let me saddle up, boy.
Look.
Yeehaw!
Come on. I can share. I know.
Scooch in close. Somebody's going to have to sit on a lap.
I only say this because I know Taylor has a lot to say.
I'll be up there cheek to cheek already.
And not the one you think of. So that was, what was this movie called again? Extraction.
Contraction.
I had contractions during the extractions. I want to quote Rick and Morty on the 2 days earlier thing. Start it where it gets interesting or don't do it. But that aside, it was a fine film. It was every action movie since John Wick.
Yep.
Except in India.
Which made it worse. Sorry.
Just the acting. Ryan, had you seen this? Who's the one
Yeah, I've seen it once or twice.
James?
No, first time.
Okay. What'd you think?
Definitely, like you were saying, it's the brooding character has lost his zest for life.
Just looking for that next
Drawn
croc.
back in. Yeah, fuck it. I'll go rescue this kid. I don't know if there's money or not. That's fine.
Got nothing else going on. Why not?
Just me and my chickens.
Well, when he took the job, when he accepted the job, he's still drinking. He was already drunk, and he said, "Okay, I'll take the job," and takes another drink of whiskey. Like he's really preparing for the job.
And he pops a couple Oxycontins while doing it. That was pretty relevant throughout the film. Just, I'm going to get real stoned and drunk on this scotch labeled Scotch.
He's got a dodgy knee. He needs it.
That's what it is, yes.
Well, that finally explains all these action heroes. They're just on a lot of drugs. That's how they keep going from scene to scene.
Yeah, that's how they make it.
I mean, the Scotch label, it's so easy to grab the non-Scotch bottle when it doesn't say Scotch. So it makes a lot of sense.
And David
This is
Harbour's
Scotch.
character was clearly
Scotched.
not reading anymore. So he's like, okay, there's the Scotch. That's not the 7-Up. That's what I need.
You guys are really downtrodden on this scotch, but that was a really expensive font.
I don't know if you noticed, but it was Times Really New Roman. All right.
Is that papyrus?
You got the start, and it's him going in the water and doing his little thing. Great. The quarry. You got the Oxy and the booze. The hot contractor chick what was it? Nicky?
Nick. Yep.
And then, all right, this kid got kidnapped. He's the son of a
Indian drug lord.
Indian drug, like the head of the cartel, right?
Yep.
Who's in prison.
Yeah,
we
which,
saw
if
once.
he's the head of the cartel, how's he in prison? I feel like he could have probably signed somebody. to go down
Really
for him.
good prison.
It seemed pretty clear who was paying off the police, and I don't think it was him. It was Asmir, whatever his name was.
One of the other
Asmir.
Amir Asif.
Oh, sorry.
Nahina?
I'm
Amir
Nahina
Asif.
Najad.
Asif.
I'm combining those names.
That was a sniff of Asmir. That was the bad guy.
He had the police force.
Yes. I like that when he takes the job, the first thing you see is Hemsworth in like downtown, and he's sitting at a table by himself, and it's this huge white dude amongst all these 5'3" Indian people. Like, yeah, no, he blends in. Yeah. No one sees him. No one's wondering what he's doing over there.
Who's going to notice?
We've talked
Nobody
about this
will
many
notice.
times. Nope. Not how that goes. And he immediately gets picked up, which, sounds right. After he kills a apartment full of kids, kidnappers or whatever it was, right?
Yeah,
One kid.
He prepares to slaughter them by turning them upside down and smashing all their heads into the ground.
That's one of my preferred methods myself.
Several that he pile drives by holding their feet.
There were a lot of neck snapping, brain bashing.
Yeah.
Like my favorite one was at the end when he picks that one guy up and swings his legs and smacks the other guys in the neck. Just, we've got a big dude and a bunch of little dudes. Let's play.
What makes a good special ops is using your environment, right? And he does exactly that. Hey, there's a person right there. I'm going to use you to help kill this guy. And I'm going to use this half ran through Kool-Aid wall, if you will, brick, and hit a few people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kool-Aid, fuck you.
Maybe
And then
paralyze a few guys
Yeah.
by bashing their head in and then breaking their back on the bottom part of it. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you
was
just got to use
glorious.
your environment.
Well,
And
it's
he was John Wick Dundee. It was pretty.
Wick Dundee.
Yeah, I mean that part of it. Yeah,
Well, it was supposed to be like a 2 or 3 hour op, and by the time you get to day 2, you got to focus on conserving ammunition. So you got to get creative with your kills.
and he never conserved energy either. He wasn't like, I'm just gonna shoot people and hold back. He's like, nah, I'm gonna pick people up and throw them
Yes.
around buildings and over places.
Search your dominance.
After getting hit by cars.
Ryan, you just gave me an idea. You said a 2 or 3 hour
2 or 3 hour op, yeah.
2 or 3 hour tour. I was like, oh, okay. My mind immediately went to they should have done this as like a series, kind of like Gilligan's Island, where he's constantly trying to get out of Dhaka. Can't ever get out. He always comes up with a plan. Can't ever do it.
19th one, you're like, oh no, you're in hell.
Yeah.
Makes a radio out of coconuts.
Yeah. By the last
Professor.
episode, it turns out he's just killed everybody in the city, and he can just leave whenever he wants.
It's just a town full of dead bodies.
Yeah.
And they're all like young people because he's been on so much oxy and booze that he's just killed all these innocent people.
Hallucinating the gun battles. It's just dead women and children everywhere.
I think that's a Stephen King book, probably.
That's our first scene of him rescuing Avi,
Yes.
and we get a glimpse of what he's capable of.
And there was a couple, like the gun mechanics, they do the reloads, they pay attention to a lot of that stuff. I said it when we were watching it, when they zip tied him, I liked that he did what you're supposed to do when you get zip tied. You make it as tight as you can, then break it over your knee. Great. Kept to that. And then later they're like, but he can get shot 19 times and it's fine. So you got to give it some leeway there at some point. But, I mean, yeah, it was close enough to a realism like John Wick where you're like, yeah, this is fun.
Well, hold on. I take issue with that characterization. He got shot 19 times. It wasn't fine.
Well, yeah, we talk about gun mechanics being on par, but when do these people ever actually stop and eat or have a drink of water?
He had scotch and oxy.
Yeah.
He's good. Had,
What do you
had
want?
a power bar.
Dysentery? You
Yeah.
think he can have water and just shit himself for the rest of the movie?
Had red curry from David Harbour's wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And and they did get a shower that night. That's
Yeah.
true.
He shared a protein bar with the kid in the
Yeah.
alley.
And that was-
bus.
If
The
you're gonna,
woods?
if you're gonna
Yeah,
use all
whatever.
these short people as weapons, you've got to keep your energy levels up.
They're little people.
So
you don't have to tell
Doesn't
me,
take
man.
that much
You need a
energy.
lot of CrossFit training going into this, I'm sure.
So
50% of my day is using two little people as weapons.
against one another.
Just strangers.
first rescue scene to David Harbour, 48 hours maybe?
No, that was like 24 hours because the next day that's the end of day one
There was
when they get to harbor
Really?
because it's 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Not that.
48 hour.
So there you go. I mean, like you can definitely pump out a good 24 hours with no food.
God knows I can. Oh, wait.
We're all well aware.
At that level of activity,
You have to. Like you're not concerned about anything else but survival. I mean, you're
There's
not
a-
stopping in the market.
Yeah.
There's a lot of adrenaline involved there too.
Now, you will be depleted for sure at the end of that.
Yeah,
But-
you got the.
All your energy's been extracted, if you will.
If you
Fucking
will.
A. All right, let's cut it. That's it. Yeah, you got them going to sleep and you got all that. So you've got that kind of reset a little bit, but he's still limping. And then you have the harbor bit with the friends become enemies and enemies become friends. And they turn around to the guy that was trying to kill him in the beginning. And now they're on the same team. And it's an 80s action movie, just done better.
That's actually the reason that, spoilers, he was able to make it at the end is he fell into the toxic sludge river and it supercharged him.
Yes.
So now
And it sent him back to Asgard, I believe.
instantly heals wounds.
Is what happened. You couldn't tell by looking at the water, but it was the Rainbow Bridge because of all the oil and gasoline.
that explains how he dove into that lake at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, yeah, of course. Toes to taint.
It's like the opposite of
Water heals him as opposed to the shitty end of that saga.
I just don't know why he bothered reloading when he could have just summoned his hammer.
I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't that one hammer kill.
Would've
Just
been
at some
nice.
point. Yeah, just
it would have been nice.
Seems like a missed opportunity.
just
Well,
one to the face somewhere.
You remember the Men in Black that Chris Hemsworth did? They did a nod at his Thor role when he gave him a hammer it's an actual little tiny hammer and he just threw it at somebody. It had no effect, but it was like a side joke in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. I forgot that there was a third Men in Black movie.
I don't remember that.
that's a fourth Men in Black movie actually.
Oh, well, there's your next
Yeah.
podcast.
Why?
Fourth one.
Why?
Well,
One is all you need, like cock push-ups.
One's all you need.
They nailed it in the beginning.
I'm sure. I bet they'll make another one. I bet they'll bring Will Smith is not getting a ton of
Oh,
roles.
slap happy Will Smith.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be him and
People are
Chris
on
Rock in
slapping
the,
aliens.
in a movie together.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That one's called Black and Men.
That one's called Shit. I just got smacked by Will Smith. I did like also the tagging the cars when they were in that big fight at the beginning because it was like all action at the beginning. Hemsworth got nailed by that car, and then a
He's
couple.
fighting Saju. The,
is that what it was?
Well,
Did you say inside you?
I mean, that's his name, right?
Oh, I thought you said inside
No.
you. Okay.
Saju.
Sachu. Yes, and then he turns around and hits him with a truck. Like, okay, we're gonna tit for tat here a little bit, and they both survive all fucked up.
That was good when they fell off of the second floor
Yeah.
into the, and it was like, okay, they're tired, they take their time getting up. I was like, okay, this is nice. This is a nice little break here.
And then back to action.
Yeah, and then they get hit by cars a few more times.
Yeah, that was good. That was enjoyable.
Well, that whole first fight and escape was very game-like. The way shooters were coming around blind corners and he was just taking them out.
Yeah. Well, that was one of those that felt John Wick-ish, especially since we watched part of that one yesterday, whichever one that was. There's what, 4 now?
Yep.
I think we thought it was 3.
Yeah.
3 had Halle Berry.
Then it was 3. Also, I like that the initial reveal is, oh, the kid's family didn't want to pay, so they sent Inside You to pick him up after Hemsworth got him to takeaway point.
And
And
inside
threaten
you
his
is a
family.
badass, by the way.
Yeah.
He was ex-Indian Special Forces or something like that.
Yeah. All I know is he knows how to reset a nose. That's what I knows.
Back to the car scene though, like probably the biggest risk of being killed or injury in Dhaka is being run over by a car.
Yeah,
So
that has
they,
to
I
be true.
mean,
That
they
makes sense.
they
That's
checked
just
that box.
normal
Like,
commute.
Yeah.
exactly. Hey, you're not worried about drug lords, whatever, with guns. You better get your ass off the street. You're gonna get run over.
That's true of most third world countries.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Argentina, my dad's like, hey, pedestrian crosswalks? Yeah, don't treat them like pedestrian crosswalks. You will get run the fuck over.
And sure enough,
And yep, that's how we lost my fourth brother. He's still down there somewhere. We just didn't bring him back with us.
I like the kid fight scene. When they're right before they get to David Harbour's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and all the kids attack, and he's just backhanding kids.
Just for the record, this is not a kid fight scene where kids fight each other. This is a kid fight scene, if you haven't seen it, where giant Chris Hemsworth smacks around children.
Beats
Ages
the
ranging
shit
from
out of
8 to
them.
14.
Right.
yeah, Ashmere, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
hires every gun in the city, and that includes 6-year-olds.
The teenage
Street
gangs.
rats.
Well, we didn't really talk about old Captain Nine Fingers, who was the leader of the kid crew. He had his own storyline,
He did.
and they weren't fucking around with the introduction of the was the guy in the fancy clothes with the horrible facial hair the
Bitch
drug
tits? Bitch tits.
lord,
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah, pretty sure.
because his buddy threw a kid off the building like
Yes.
first thing.
who's got my money?
Yeah. Oh well, this
It's
kid.
John. Well, who's John? The kid you just threw off the roof.
Yeah. And then he told him he's to cut off some fingers to show loyalty, and then you get to the slap fest with Hemsworth, and he loses a finger to his shotgun, and goes back, and he's like, "Okay, cat drug lord." Is like, "Well, you lost a finger. Keep the other one and kill that big white guy." He does his damnedest.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's probably the least believable thing in the movie is that kid is smart enough to go, "Oh, the kid you just threw off, that's the one who stole your money." So, okay, this is a savvy child. But then whenever he approaches Chris Hemsworth, he's like, "Yeah, I can climb that mountain." I feel like he should have been a little more tactful. At that
Clearly, you've
point.
never been in a cult.
Well, and that's the lesson he learned later from Ashmere, right? Was
Yeah,
hey, there's always going to be a bigger guy.
safety from a distance at this
Don't
point,
worry. Yeah.
which is really how he wins out in the end.
Coming from the smallest man in the entire movie.
The tiniest little with his little gold pocket watch and his whatever the hell he was wearing at the end there.
He's just got the biggest pocketbook
Yeah, he does.
and the most drugs, apparently, which
Yeah.
always helps.
Well, that always, yes, very true. Harbor was always fun to see. I mean, he was in the movie for all of 10 minutes. He did exactly what you thought he was going to do.
Yep. As soon as you saw him, you're like, well, I know where this is going.
Yep. He was kind of like I think I said it, the Blumfeld from the old James Bond movies, where he's like, "Oh, I got you," and then just turns around and is like, "Well, I betrayed you for money."
10 million's a lot of money,
Yep.
my guy.
Of course, we know that at some point, Meryl came into the room and killed everybody. Now, we bring Meryl up a lot, but I'm going to go a little further into this one because I'm pretty sure for 2 minutes straight we were all laughing during what was supposed to be the most emotional moment of this film. And today, Meryl wore a sports bra backwards and inside out. And Sally saw her at one point and went, "Oh, is your head on backwards?" That was her first thought.
'Cause that was the most believable situation she could conjure up.
That is the Baba Yaga right there. You get killed by her, you're like, "What the fuck?" Is she looking at me? Is she looking at the wall? What is that? You don't know if you're coming or going?
Apparently, the belly button was a dead giveaway.
Meryl, I hope I'm still alive when you get to listen to these. Holy shit. I love you so much. You're amazing. And I want to know what your kill count is. And then we have the sweet ass here's a bunch of guns. We got to get across this bridge. Finale.
Let's be besties.
Let's be
Do this
friends now.
together. Even though we spent 6 hours trying to kill each other.
And
Yeah.
and you did. I don't know if they mentioned it. I was laughing really hard at some points, but his counterpoint knew that if he didn't return the kid, his family was going to die. So Hemsworth
Yeah,
kind of gave him
that's-
an out with, you help me, you'll win, I'll win.
That was the threat from the drug lord, and was using him to avoid paying Hemsworth and Tyler and team.
Did it not seem
Looked like a
bit
Brad.
a little bit
Yeah.
like
Like,
they
did
really
look like
didn't
a
want
brat.
this kid back? I mean, they set up every time they incentivized somebody to rescue the kid. They also had an equal deterrent. It's like nobody really wanted this kid back. They weren't really trying to get the kid back. They're just trying to up their kill count.
Yeah, he just really did not like that kid. He had a firstborn over in Harvard, and he's like, if we can get rid of this one, he was the accident. We were done having kids years ago. But fucking Alexander here, we had to rename him and blow up some helicopters. Also, sexy assassin, the most phallic weapons
Nick. Yeah.
choice. The rocket launcher where she's just holding the rocket next to her face, stroking it. Probably my favorite
You
part of
don't
the
do
movie.
that?
I mean, she knows how to use it.
Doesn't everyone do that?
Someone get my rocket.
The red rocket doesn't count, Rob.
All right, Ash is downstairs, and I don't think he can do that anymore.
So it seems like at the end of the movie, she had a pretty easy time getting to that drug lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they should have probably just started with that one. That
Yeah.
should have been,
probably should have just killed that guy.
yeah. Let's open with this, and then we'll cause a little chaos, and we'll slip out of the city.
Yeah. Hey, this guy likes women.
Yeah.
I can look Indian, get in his little harem, if you will, and do the dirty if needed,
Yeah.
but then take care of the rest.
Also, if this is like the drug lord, he's got these people around him, his soldiers and his bodyguards, and he's taking a piss, and this chick just walks in the bathroom and offs him. Either they have very, very open transgender stuff in bathrooms,
Maybe so.
over
I
there,
don't think that's the case in India.
or
but-
Maybe so.
I've seen some weird movies, and
Maybe she flashed her dick. Don't know.
little boy, girl boys.
Touche.
But she was wearing that
think
sweet
that's
dress,
Thailand.
and no, that is Thailand.
How did she sneak in that gun wearing that dress?
Well,
They call it
Pocket
keistering.
yeah,
Ow.
prison wallet, pink pouch, fanny holster. I can go on for a while.
Please do. This is quite enjoyable.
The flap holder, and yeah, that's it.
But no, yeah, they should have started with that.
It's because he opened up the city after they thought they killed
Yeah,
Tyler.
they shot Tyler in the neck, so now everything's fine. Even though the kid that they were wanting to get all that money from was gone, and everyone in the city is dead. Guess you can open it back up now. I don't know, like, what was their goal after?
After
Like, the kid was run away. Like, get the kid back. They spent all the money they would have gotten for the ransom, like, on the operation to get this kid back.
Just the helicopter fuel.
Helicopters, they had anti-personnel tanks, like, crazy amounts of shit.
How many police cars did they wreck?
did they say how much the purse was? It was 10 million
For Harbor.
for right.
Yeah.
Exactly. For the
For
head
killing the
of
kid.
Tyler. But what was
Was
Nick,
it 6 for
Nick
Tyler?
Tyler
I thought it was
and
7.
Gaz?
Might have been 6.
Cass?
She said
Yes,
it was a
yes.
whale, but I don't remember her
Yeah,
saying
we got the
actual
whale.
price.
Yeah, I mean, it had to be a good amount to go through the extravagance that they went through.
Yeah, when you go back and look at how many people, I mean, they killed
But those don't cost anything.
so many generations of people.
But they don't cost anything.
Well,
G
I mean,
goes down early, right? Like the
everyone remember
guys
right
on the
now,
boats go
Market-
down.
That's a
Cameron understands the cost of life in war, and it's nothing.
Hey, it's nothing.
Edward the Longshanks over here.
Hey, we don't have to.
That
Yeah.
costs
Hey, we don't have
nothing.
to pay G for his sweet sniper work. You know, taking out a few guys at the beginning, but he gets offed. Not my
don't-
problem, buddy. You,
You
know
don't
the
have to
risk.
pay them if they get killed.
Yeah,
If we get into a bad way in the U.S., Cameron's going to be on our side.
For how?
Costs nothing.
Well, until it gets weird.
4-way split. 3-way split.
Oh, 2-way split. No, I killed the bus driver. Yeah, you really geared up there.
I had something. I forgot what it was. What was I going to say, James? What were you going to say?
Was it about your pink shirt?
I don't drag me into this. Is that even pink?
Oh, it's pink.
Don't look at me. He dragged me into this. Overall, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I mean, it was. You know what you're getting to. Into. It was fun.
The plot was pretty weak, but it was fun.
It's an action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's no Joe Ledger, but
an uncreative.
It
plot.
could have been like a bunny offshoot Joe Ledger story,
I could see that.
something like that. Yeah,
But
which we might end up getting because he sold it to Sony.
Oh,
That'd be sweet.
I'd watch that.
Be super sweet. What's that?
The John Wick kills were really fun, and they had the same style where when you're in those scenes, I mean, it's like 15 minutes of just like straight action nonstop. You think it's over, you get hit by a car. It's like, well, it's not over, you know. But I also liked in that main scene where Saju, whatever, and him kind of start to meet and fight. The camera is like one continuous shot, is what it seems like to us.
Yeah,
And
they did good wipes.
And it switches from like character to character. It's one focused on Hemsworth and him killing, like every single shot, blade swipe, gun shot, or whatever. Like there's a specific focus on that action. And then it moves away from him and goes to Avi, who's running away or getting dragged by someone else. Come to find out, he meets Tyler back at the end of the hall, who kills whoever grabbed him or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like this one continuous loop of action nonstop, but switches the camera to different characters the entire time. So you're not just stuck on one person. It's like different perspectives the entire time.
Yeah.
It was,
The fight
it was
scene
awesome.
cinematography was pretty
It
solid
was great.
in this one.
I mean, you could tell that one, that where they're going through the apartments and the whatever you want to call them, that entire
Yeah.
indoor outdoor.
Slums.
I mean, it's
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't know that. Those could be the
those are high dollar.
Ritz-Carlton of DACA.
That's upper middle class right there.
Probably
Yeah.
so.
I saw a stove. There was some good cookware in there.
there was at least one TV.
Yeah.
But you could tell, like, that's one of those sequences that the director had. He's like, this is what I want to do, how I want to do it. And he took his time, and it looked great.
And then it went into cars too. Like it wasn't just
Oh, yeah,
like
you had
on
some of
feet. It was
those-
it was right
yeah.
into cars.
Yeah, where it
was
went down the
nuts.
street, jumped into the backseat of a car, then back out.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, this is that one piece. Everything else, you guys can break it down a little bit more. But that one was, yeah, to your point, very, very well done.
Mm-hmm.
And even later on, when they did some of the anti-personnel stuff where he's moving through the shops, wasn't as clean, but he knew how he wanted to shoot it. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, you blew your budget on the
Sure did.
over there, so we're going to do this one a little bit, not as tight.
Yep.
This is going to be a Matrix 2 to your Matrix 1 over there that we shot earlier.
Needs a little more that director. I mean, if he watches,
I'm pretty sure he died in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. G's gone. Hargrave.
if his child who inherits his directing skills watches Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead a few more times and like really pays attention to how he moves everything along, they could really tighten up this style.
I just watched that movie again. I still enjoy it. Eat my dick. That was fun.
It's okay. Just eat your crayons. Eat your crayons.
I don't know if you guys remember Taylor. He was the guy that was taking a shit for 3 months.
And some say he's still there today.
Coming to you live from inside Rob's bathroom.
They closed that bathroom years ago. Oh, no. Okay.
Is Taylor in the bathroom or is he at the podcast? Depends.
Actually, speaking to
More depends
you,
jokes. You're like riding that fucking pony, aren't you?
I was just gonna say yes.
Make a meal out of that joke.
New sponsor.
Depends, by the way. Since we're done with, what was the other one? the other
Camp
Camp
Hofanique.
Hofanique.
Yeah, fucking Camp Hofanique. Depends. If you guys need somebody, I mean, we're gonna need you. Shit, I mean, I could probably use it right now, but we're gonna need you soon. So give us a shout. Sponsors. I guarantee no podcast has Depends as a sponsor. Hashtag Depends.
I
Gotta
don't know,
open up
it
to new
seems
clientele here.
I'm gonna
It's like the scarier the movie, the more you need them.
do that. Maybe throw out like Fix-A-Dent. We'll get them all the old ones. Age with us. Talking with words.
I don't belong here.
Okay. God damn it, we're dumb. What else? I mean, we chewed through this pretty quick. We know what it is. It's an action movie. It's Thor looking all pretty and getting shot up. Tyler, Brad, anything else you want to?
How much do chickens cost in Australia is what I want to know. Because fuck.
Well, you might.
And cluck.
Yeah, you already fucked that one up. You were so close. I might be able to fix it then. We'll see. I'll try and throw you a bone. James?
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I hear there's a 2. I don't know if I'll watch it.
2 is better.
it's worth
I'm
it.
telling you, if you even enjoyed 1 a little bit, 2's better.
I just don't know how he's still alive.
Well, you find out and you see what happens.
That
to-
river has magical healing powers.
to be able to extract twice.
Here's the thing. We're going to have to make Cameron suffer through like a garbage horror movie before we let him watch.
Oh, it's okay. I've done that before.
Extract 2.
Oh no,
Oh, you haven't.
Oh god.
we've been kind.
I've cracked the door. I'm gonna blow that fucker open for you next time.
I can always get up and leave.
Calm
Don't
down,
go
Taylor.
take a shit, Taylor.
I think I can. Hold on.
No, Meryl's out there with the shotgun.
Shit. Got me locked in here.
You've seen this before.
Yeah.
Last notes.
I don't know if I have any except for he really didn't need to have the friends in Australia. If you really want to say that this guy is lonesome and jumping into a river thinking about his past, he needs to be by himself, not with whoever he's hanging out with.
Well, you got to get
Random
somebody to get your
thought.
beers, right?
I mean, true, but
I want to know how he got back up there.
and Avi's a little bitch. He's the
Yeah.
worst part about the whole movie is and usually it is, right? The kid actors, actresses usually can take a film down pretty easily.
Yeah.
He wasn't that bad, but still a little bitch.
You definitely
Everything
hated
else
him
is
in the
pretty good.
beginning.
Nick, kind of badass. You see that, right? Saju, badass.
Yeah.
Love him. Even the well, I guess kind of the cartel guy was a little bitch too.
Yeah, he watched on binoculars. The entire
But
time.
I mean, you're not going to have a 6 foot something Indian guy, so
you never know.
I mean, maybe you do.
Look at our chickens.
They exist.
They exist, but just not running the cartel. They're just the
Yeah, no, you're not gonna have those guys run the cartel.
no.
You just have the guys with the weird chins go out and do the fighting for you.
Yeah. But this movie is exactly as the trailer portrays, which is good. And you know what you're getting into. So if you enjoy action, you enjoy some blood, some creative kills, this is for you.
There you go. Raked it right up.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Bricked it up.
Right?
I mean, it's fun. There is definitely nothing earth-shattering or groundbreaking in the plot.
He breaks
There's-
some ground, I think.
He breaks a lot of faces
Yeah.
and backs and arms, but it's nothing fancy. They know they set out to make an action film, and that's exactly what they did. They killed a bunch of people. They smacked some small children around. What more could you want?
I mean, that's pretty much my Tuesday right there.
Exactly.
I like it. Yeah, if you haven't seen this, check it out. It's a decent action movie with pretty good action choreography, and especially that one long sequence in the apartment complex, whatever you want to call it. That is worth a watch by itself. Hemsworth's good, but he's usually pretty good. He's not
It's no Thor: Love and Thunder, but it's close.
I was trying not to say it, but I'm glad you did. Just
Natalie
prance.
Portman's dying of cancer. How funny.
All we really need is
It was the child in this one.
we just need Russell Crowe dancing around in his little
In a
sweet
tutu skirt, whatever
Yeah.
that was. Yeah.
And some rocks rubbing together and make a baby rock.
Oh god, I forgot about that. I blocked most of that movie out of my
That's
mind.
something that happens in there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I don't
It's
remember
rough.
that.
Well, you have to watch the rest of it. You can't turn it off midway, or else you miss some of the better parts.
I'll allow it.
All right.
The less bad.
if you're wondering what we're talking about, go check out our episode on Thor: Love and Thunder. You will be disappointed and not at the same time. All right, that's Extraction. I'm going to say 1 because we're going to have to do the second one for Cameron over here, so he will stick with us. Check out everything we have anywhere you listen to the podcasts. Go to robgilchristbooks.com. Saturdays for Suckers series is available. Tides of Shadow. What else we got, Ryan? YouTube, we're doing some fancy stuff. Videos, which I meant to set up a video camera tonight, and I forgot again. Fuck!
I dressed up for this occasion, too.
My hair
And
was really good tonight.
You can't tell, but Cameron is actually in a tuxedo.
So what Nick was wearing to the Diwali party or whatever it was, that's what I'm wearing now.
And
Flashy dress.
it's actually the same size as what he was wearing, so a lot of midriff. All right, thanks, guys. Charlie, you want to take it away? Extract us from this podcast?
Are we recording?